Hi, welcome to Z Code Sports Systems. Here we develop automated systems to help you win big and win big consistently no matter which sport and which games you are betting on. So we're going to look at some Major League Baseball matchups for this weekend, Friday the 24th through Sunday the 26th. And the Major League Baseball season is near the 1/3 point, so the division races are starting to heat up. You look at some of the games here. I'm at the VIP club section here, which has some great tools. And if you're not already a member, please join and you will be able to access these tools and help you with your betting. So the one I'm looking at first here is the Boston Red Sox versus the Houston Astros. You see Boston is burning hot. Houston is also burning hot. If you look at what the teams have done over the last 6, Boston has won 2 in a row after losing 3 out of their last 4, but Houston has won 5 out of their last 6. If you look at the power rankings indicator between the two teams, you see that Houston is near the top of the league at plus 28, and Boston here has been steady after a slight decline there. They're steady now at plus 16. You look at the totals predictor. This will help you if you want to bet the over-under. You see here the blue line. You're comparing the red line to where the teams are at compared to the blue line. So this red line means that Boston has been trending over in their games lately, and you see Houston has been trending under. So it's best to avoid the over-under in this one because they're trending in different directions. If you look at the volatility oscillator, it shows you how teams are performing compared to their over-underdog status. You see that Houston is a much more stable team, plus 21, so they are the much more going to perform according to their favorite or underdog status. So keep that in mind when betting in the matchups for this weekend. If you look at the pitcher profit oscillator, I will go to that for the next matchup. I just want to mention it to you briefly here, and then I'll show you how it works. David Price is the best bet for Boston. He is starting on Saturday. Actually, Eduardo Rodriguez is also an excellent bet. He's actually a little bit better. Both of them are excellent bets for Boston, well into the positive on the pitcher profit oscillator. The best bet for Houston this weekend is Wade Miley, but he's actually slightly negative on the pitcher profit oscillator. But still, I think because Houston has been playing at home, they have the edge at home. I believe that they will take 2 out of 3 in this series. Go down through to some more matchups here. We've got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Milwaukee Brewers. For Philadelphia, they are in first place in the NL East, and Milwaukee's second place in the NL Central. The Phillies are burning hot. Milwaukee's average up. The Phillies have won 4 in a row and 4 out of their last 6. You see here Milwaukee, after winning 3 in a row, actually they beat the Phillies in all 3 games the last time they met them. They have lost 2 out of their last 3. You look at the power rankings indicator, you will see that the Phillies have overtaken Milwaukee in this category at plus 25 compared to plus 22. You look at the totals predictor for looking at the over-under in this series. The Phillies have been playing in games trending under. If you see down here with Milwaukee, they are way under, trending in games playing way under. So that means betting the under is probably a very safe bet for the games in this series. If you look at the volatility oscillator, the Phillies have been a much more stable team than Milwaukee so far this year. The pitching matchups, the Phillies have Jared Eichhoff, Jake Arrieta, and Zach Eflin going against Jules Chassin, Chase Anderson, and Brandon Woodruff for Milwaukee. Brandon Woodruff is at plus 563 on the pitcher profit oscillator. He is the best bet this weekend for Milwaukee. Jake Arrieta is the best bet this weekend for the Phillies on Saturday. So the series comes down to Friday's matchup, and I would not really bet this series as far as like who is going to win. I'd go on a game-by-game basis. It's much of a toss-up series. Both teams could win. Neither team will sweep. So let's look at some of the other matchups here. Now we're going to look at the Atlanta Braves and the St. Louis Cardinals. For the Braves, they are burning hot right now, and they have won 5 out of their last 6, as you see right here. The only loss coming on May 19th against Milwaukee. The Cardinals here are ice cold down, and you can see they've been trending poorly. They have lost 4 out of their last 6. The power rankings indicator shows that the Braves are at plus 19. The Cardinals are at plus 14. The Braves have a slight advantage there. If you look at the totals predictor, betting the over-under on this one, well, let's see. Atlanta is trending under in their games. St. Louis is also trending under, so a safe play is to bet the under for the games in this series. Which team has been the most consistent? Well, let's look at the volatility oscillator. You can see that Cardinals have been very inconsistent at -5, and the Braves have been consistent with their over-underdog status. the favored underdog status, at plus 11. So do not take the favored underdog status in consideration too much when looking at the Cardinals for this weekend. Now, the pitcher profit oscillator, I mentioned this before. I'll show you how it's done here. If you go to the pitcher profit oscillator, you see here you can put your two teams in here. I have Atlanta and St. Louis. The scheduled starters, this is for Friday's first matchup. You see the two scheduled starters. And if you want to see how they fare, you can go down through here and compare their profit margin. You see that Miles Mikolas is in the green at plus 915, so he is a much safer and better bet for for this game in this series. And in fact, this game is the matchup for Friday, so the Cardinals have the best chance for Friday's game, just according to the pitchers. So if you look at the rest of the series, as far as the pitchers go, I'll just mention them to you right here. You can put them into the pitcher profit oscillator if you want to see how that works again. Mike Soroka is at plus 351 on Saturday for the Braves. Julio Teheran is plus 536 on Sunday, so they are excellent bets for the weekend against the Cardinals. I believe that since the Cardinals are in a slump, the Braves have been very hot. I believe the Braves can take 2 out of this 3 series despite playing on the road. So we have a couple more matchups here to look at, or maybe just one more. Scroll down through the list and see what we got here. Oh, here's one that's good for Seattle and Oakland. Seattle was playing well early, but right now you can see they are ice cold down. They have lost 4 out of their last 6, and in last place in the AL West. On the other hand, Oakland has won their last 4, and they are now 3rd in the Western Division. If you look at the power rankings indicator, you see that Oakland has overtaken Seattle on this huge upward trend. They're at plus 17. Seattle is at plus 11. Totals predictor, over underdog for this series. Well, let's see what the best bet is. Well, Seattle is playing in games that are trending well over. If you go down through here, Oakland is trending in games that are playing slightly under. You might want to avoid this since they're in opposite directions, but considering that Seattle is playing in games that are well over, you might want to edge a little bit towards the over, but that's your choice as far as that goes. It's really a 50-50 proposition whether you bet the over or under on this one. If you look at let's take a look at the volatility oscillator, which we always like to do. Seattle is at plus 12. Oakland is at plus 6. Both teams are relatively stable, so consider the favored underdog status in this one when betting. If you look at the pitcher profit oscillator, Mike Fiers on Saturday for Oakland is the best bet out of every pitcher, out of every matchup for this weekend that I've gone over. He is at plus 1361 on the pitcher profit oscillator. Go with Oakland on Saturday. Neither starter has fared well on Sunday, Mike Leakey or Brett Anderson, so that's the game I would probably avoid betting. If you look at Friday's matchup, Wade LeBlanc is at plus 413 for Seattle, and he has the edge over Daniel Mengden. So I would go with a 1-1 split in the first 2 games. Sunday's game is a toss-up, which means the whole series in general is a toss-up. So now, if you don't want to go through all this stuff, you can always go through some of our other systems that we have here. We have the best automated systems where the people have been the most successful in betting on. If you want to look at this, I will show you what that is really quickly. Go through here. That is right here. Where do we have it here? Hot Trends here. Top automated systems. If you go to the top automated systems, you can just scroll down through the list here and go to the ones that perform the best. You can select all sports, you can select baseball, whichever one you want, and then just click on this and you will see how this works here. You can see the net profit graph. You can see how they perform here. This is the return on investment, average squared deviation, trust percent, and the most important thing for most people is here this profit number. Take a look at these. This will help you as well. Now, before we go here, I want to make note here of this contest that we have here. The Z Code Meter Cash Contest is here. What is this? Well, it says the one that reaches 10 wins first wins the cash prize. Everyone is in. Pick a winner and reach 10 wins to grab $150. You can read down through the list here. Again, you can win $150, so please check this out. It's a great contest to join, and it's a way to get involved. Okay, so there you have it for this week. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you see here, I go back to picture profit oscillator. You can go back to the automated systems, and you can go back to the VIP club section. There's so many different things you can do here. So I hope you enjoy the video. Please come back next week, and happy betting. Have a great week.